Hello, all you beautiful people. CJ here with another episode of CJ Speaks. Today, my guest is a former multiple time Alpha 1 Alpha Male champion. He is also a former CPW champion, world champion. If you haven't guessed by now, my guest is the Diamond Tiger Kobe Durst. We've been working on trying to get something done for a while, but other plans happen to get in the way. So I think today might be the day that I get him on. We agreed for 12, so we'll see what happens, and we'll bring him in. How's everybody in the chat doing today? As for myself, I am fantastic. Just been hanging in there, just doing what I can to survive, through all this shit. We'll see how long it takes for Kobe to hop on, and then I'll send out the invites. You don't want. I love Kobe Durst's theme song. Kobe Durst. Ladies and gentlemen, the Diamond Tiger Kobe Durst. How's it going,
What's
brother?
up, buddy? Good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Clay's in the chat singing your theme song right now, so
Oh, nice. That's what I need. Like my own choir.
right. That'd be so much cooler.
Yeah, that's the thing. Pro wrestling. Nobody else has theme music. I don't think any other athlete.
No,
No,
for sure.
right? Maybe like I don't know, do boxers or football players don't, comedians don't. Pro wrestlers though, we have theme music. We need it.
So I've asked you this question off of camera, but where did the Diamond Tiger name come from?
So that comes from Jeff Smith. That's he used to edit videos as Diamond Tiger Entertainment. And then when people started to associate me with him, they would call me Diamond Tiger as like I don't know, they associated him with me. So Diamond Tiger Entertainment, Diamond Tiger Kobe Durst.
Kind of all works out then.
Oh yeah.
So who did you train under?
I
And
trained at Squared Circle Wrestling.
Mhm.
Was where I like learned how to bump, chain wrestle, all that stuff. So that's Rob Fuego. Um, so that was good. And I trained there probably 5 years. It was far from my house. So during that time, I would train sometimes at Ontario Championship Wrestling,
oh
which
no.
was run by a guy in Kingston called Harley Davison.
Hmm.
And so he had like a ring set up in his garage, and he would help me out. He kind of had this like house. He was a military guy, and he had a house, and all the guys that would like train there would live with him. Um, so I didn't live with him. Like I could just drive, but like he had a lot of guys kind of like share the house with him. And then I go back to Squared, and then after a while I started training a crossbody with Ben and Tid.
Mhm.
And they really worked on like striking with me. That was one thing they were really the punches and the forearms. But I would say, yeah, I'm originally Squared Circle trained. And of course, having Ethan Page take me under his wing and put me against all these great competitors like through Alpha 1, that kind of really helped sculpt you. Because I think your finishing school is in the ring.
Mhm. I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
So who was your first match with?
So the first match was me and Brent Banks versus John Greed and Boris Brezhnev, or Maybach Beta, as he's better known now. Um, and that, like, I didn't even wrestle as Kobe or even as my old gimmick, Marty. I just wrestled as Adam Durst. And I think it's on YouTube, actually. You can look it up. Adam Durst and Brent Banks versus John Greed and Boris, I think. Yeah. And it was in my hometown. My mom helped set up the show because I don't know, she would drive me to training and talk to Rob, and You know how moms can get, oh yeah, I'll set up a show, it'll be awesome, and I'll sell tickets, and it was cool. My dad was the president of like the Kiwanis Club in our town. It's kind of like a Knights of Columbus, like
Yep,
yeah, yeah. So that's where it happened.
pretty rad, pretty rad.
Oh yeah,
Um, do you have a dream opponent that you haven't faced in the ring yet?
yeah. I think. Well, there's like I have lots of dream opponents. I think one of the top ones would be like Chris Hero would be one that I really would like to wrestle. Um, One day I would like to wrestle like John Cena. Uh, I want to wrestle Justin Bieber. That's someone that I think would be a good match. David Arquette.
Oh yeah, David Arquette would be pretty cool.
That's right. Um, what else would I love to wrestle? John Moxley. That's one that I'd. So certainly there's the list is never ending, but those are five people that come to mind instantly.
Do you have a favorite Alpha One match that you've taken part in?
Mm, it might be that first Heidi match. You're not the first one, the second one. That second Heidi match where you remember the one that took place at that other venue? What was that called?
Was it the ladder match or the?
Not the ladder match. It was the false count anywhere. The ladder match was good.
I feel
I
like I
definitely
should know.
liked the ladder match. Um,
Oh yeah,
oh, and me and Ricky a final act. That was some match. You
oh yeah,
remember that? I think we did the superplex to the ladder on the outside.
yep, yeah. I started
That
going
was
with it
nice.
2017. So my first match.
Oh, and the 60-minute Iron Man match with Josh. Those are the top three. Those got to be the top three.
Holden says the Croatian Hall.
Croatia, oh there. Oh, hey, Albright.
So your theme song is my favorite one, like of all time.
Thank you.
So in your theme song, you list off all your moves. Which one is your favorite?
As time's gone on, it's got to be the pile driver, right? Maybe it's a code breaker, maybe it's a pile driver. Because that move, and it's weird because I never like set out to be the pile driver guy. I just, I had a match with David Starr, and people don't like David Starr. And honestly, I didn't like him too much during the match either. And I don't know what other people like. I know a little bit, but I'm not getting into it. But my issue with David Starr was that it's not even like a issue. Like it's just this is what happened when we planned the match. We planned it just around me hurting my arm or him hurting his arm or something, and then we skipped the spot where the arm gets hurt. So now all the psychology for this match, where you're working this arm, doesn't work. And honestly, I'm a young guy. I could probably get around it now. It's probably just stupid. Like maybe I could have worked around. But anyways, to me, what it seemed like was like every single spot that we had planned, we deliberately threw out the window because he didn't want to do this spot that we had planned to hurt his arm. So now me working his arm doesn't work. The whole match doesn't work. And down the line, eventually he just ends up in a pile driver position. And I just pile drive him and he didn't kick out.
Nice.
Yeah. And he comes to the back. Oh, and then you shot the pile driver on me. And I was like, man, I don't even know what the fuck happened. I don't know what the hell happened out there. I've never had a match like this. I've never had an experience like this. Um, and it was just kind of a weird thing. You sweep it under the rug. All right, chalk it up as a loss. And then you find out, oh, I'm not the only one who thinks that he's an asshole.
Mhm. What's been the worst injury you've sustained so far?
Worst. People want to say the one that really that takes me out. It's the finger breaks. The finger breaks. Um, I think probably when I broke the metatarsal here. I'll kind of try to show the camera. It's not really that tough or anything, but I had a couple pins put in here, so they like that was it. So it's not even like the worst injury, but when you break that thumb, especially on your right hand, trying to do anything, and I was young when it happened. I'm trying to do my high school exams with my broken ass thumb. I got scribes writing for me,
Mhm.
uh, and which like in hindsight kind of sounds like a dream, but when you're someone who's like me and you could really just get it out on paper a lot faster, like you could type it a lot, like what I'm thinking instead of me with a scribe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh, could we ever see Kobe Durst overseas in Europe or the States?
Well, in the States, definitely. I've wrestled in the States and I plan to go back as soon as the border is open. Um, oh, people are sorry, I'm reading comments and stuff. I didn't know. I don't do these often. We do so Suplex the like I got the Suplex shirt, they're my sponsor, and they've been helping me with this documentary that I've been doing recently. So big shout out to Suplex and get a shirt. They're like one of the best. They're a real wrestling fans shirt. You know, like Suplex is like the wrestlers represent Suplex. Um and they're based out of the UK. So I definitely want to get over there. I know a lot of their guys. Some guys got to go over do the young boys duty in Japan. Some guys, they get their stripes here and there. And in the past, I've definitely been hesitant about wanting to go overseas because you get in a routine and you have your life here and you don't want to leave stuff. But at the same time, you want to give it everything. So
Mhm.
if somebody wanted me to wrestle overseas and it seemed like a legitimate thing, it seemed like a good opportunity, I would definitely do it.
I'm pretty sure the world's ready for the Diamond Tiger. So
That's what I think too. I think we gotta unleash me soon enough.
for sure. Do you have a dream Alpha One guest that hasn't showed up there yet?
Like an Alpha One opponent.
Yep.
Hmm. I. You know what? It would be cool to see Aiden Prince in Alpha One. He's someone who's. It would be cool to see Holden Albright to do like a thing with Albright. It would be nice to see in terms of some of the state guys, I'd love to bring in and I don't even think that all these guys are guys who haven't been in Alpha One, but like um I'm big on like Myron Reed. I'd love to wrestle Cody Lane in Alpha One. I'd like to see like me and Warhorse do something, bring Jake something, all those kind of stateside guys, the Illinois, Indiana area. I'd love to, keep seeing them. And I think that as Alpha One progresses, I can't see anything. I got no crystal ball on anything. But with Ethan Page doing AEW over there, um, it would be cool to see Alpha One in the States.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be hard for the Hamilton fans to get out, but it would be nice to see A1 getting that kind of like we all know that Ontario wrestling sometimes is a little bit of a black hole.
Hmm.
Um, so it would be nice to see it come out and more eyes on us.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah,
So we're gonna play a fun game of this or that.
yeah,
Tiger or wolf?
Tiger,
Rap or rock?
Rock,
Alpha One or Destiny?
Alpha One,
WWE or AEW?
WWE,
Uh, WWE or Impact?
man, WWE.
WWE is the goal at this point for you, then, eh?
It was my dream. That was the dream as a kid. I wanted to be on WrestleMania. I know this or that about the company, and honestly, it would be just an honor to wrestle for anybody. And this is call, call me crazy, but I think that the company that really bets on Kobe Durst is gonna, I think
Make a lot.
bang for your buck. I think that, and like I said, I ain't got no crystal ball, but I know that. Yeah, I mean, even look at the Alpha One. I think from the time that they started booking me to where they left off before the pandemic, I think obviously it's a group effort. All pro wrestling's a group effort, but there's certain people that you want in the locker room.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's certain people they're gonna elevate. They're gonna elevate the entire room.
So Michael says, I suppose Impact hasn't come calling yet.
No, nobody come calling. Yeah,
Book this man.
it looks like this, eh? So, and because I'm not oblivious. I know where I'm at. I know that with the pandemic, the gym shut down. It caught me off guard. Of course, I had some stuff, but I didn't have like the whole gym, right? So that's tough. You're doing full-time labor job. It beats the shit out of you every day. That's tough. You get home. What the fuck? You have a beer. You fall asleep. Oh man, I didn't get my workout in. Okay, so you reevaluate. You slap yourself in the face. Hey, wake the fuck up and hit the gym. And you get bigger. And pro wrestling, it's not a flash in the pan kind of thing. Sure, there's guys who they take off overnight and they're big stars, but pro wrestling respects the grinders. They respect the long time guys, the guys who are in it for the long haul. Pro wrestling, some guys they don't make it until they're 35, and you're ready for it. And it's that longer road that really makes you into the ring warrior that you're supposed to be, Whether you're grinding on the indies or you're grinding on TV, it's hey, everybody has their rise, and I think that I'll be at the top soon enough.
So people know you for your trademark grunt. Where did that come from?
That's kind of like an Ontario thing. Michael Elgin would grunt, Tarek grunts. I'd watch the shows. I hear these guys grunting, and I go, "All right, grunt." And then eventually, people like I guess I had my own, and
Yep.
then yeah, it's funny because if I go too hard, I'll feel it in my voice. But I kind of like the raspiness that I've developed.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mike,
I worry that I'm gonna be like John Laurinaitis or Bret Hart one day.
uh, Michael says MLW, Impact, and NWA would be a good fit for you. I agree.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that these are places that respect indie wrestling. Um, like I said, it's like a UFC fighter preparing for a fight. You gotta put your head down. You gotta grind. We all know that, maybe we don't all know, but I certainly know what I'm capable of. And if you've been a fan of me, if you've been following me, you know the kind of shape that I'm capable of being in. Um, and with the time off, restructuring my life a little bit. Some people know Albright and I are planning on getting a house pretty soon, so that'll be just just a switch up from all the kind of like pandemic bullshit and life drama. Life gets in the way, eh? So sometimes you got to put life aside and carry on with pro wrestling. Pro wrestling's life.
What's been your favorite Alpha One match that you weren't in?
That I wasn't in? Oh
Yeah.
man, ask me. I'm asking me about other people.
Tell me.
My favorite match that I wasn't in. Oh, you remember that Greg or Ricky dog collar match?
Oh
When
yes.
when Ricky played it his damn head right off, and Greg, holy, that was some fucking match. There was also on that show where I wrestled Heidi for the first time.
Hmm.
I think Brent Banks wrestled TJ pretty, if I remember. That was a pretty wild match. Um, match happened on there. I think there's so many great guys that come through Alpha One too, and a lot of the time I am so like, you try and remember your spots, you try to be in the moment, so you don't necessarily always have the time to go back and watch, or not necessarily the time to go back, but sometimes you don't see the matches.
Hmm.
So, because anytime Josh is out there, he's probably gonna tear the house down, right? And especially when and there's those gym rats, Alessandro Del Bruno and Hacker Scotty O'Shea. Hopefully, he's getting better real soon. Um, but yeah, the talent pool that Ontario managed to create is really something to speak on. So
Oh yeah.
so so trying to pinpoint. one match, but yeah, I do remember that particular that with Greg and Ricky. That was something.
Michael says the ladder match with Sabrina Kyle at CPW is a underrated match in his opinion. Any
Thanks.
plans on with CPW in the future?
You know what? I actually talked to Craven, or sorry, you say Vanessa. I get confused. Sabrina Kyle. I talked to her about that match, and she said that I think she might have said it was one of her first ladder matches or whatever. Because we were up there and planning our spots earlier in the day, and she had some like butterflies in her stomach about it, and she had expressed to me that she would love to do it again because there's certain things that she'd like to like really go in on or do differently. So I hope we do get the chance to do that. But I told her I liked the match. I thought it was a good match, and intergender wrestling in particular, I'm a big fan of. When I was like a teenager training pro wrestling, like I started at 15.
Mhm.
I was closer in size. Not that I was like a girl size, but like a smaller kid who's trying to. They made me work with the girls a lot, so I got pretty good at working with them, and then I was such a big Andy Kaufman fan. You know Andy Kaufman?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Andy used to wrestle the ladies,
Mhm.
so. So I always thought that would be kind of a cool thing to be like Kobe wrestles the ladies or something like that. Yeah. What was the question? What were we talking about? We were talking about
Any plans on working with CPW in the
that
future?
was it, CPW. Yeah, there's definitely plans. Um, I get them. I sometimes I get like because there's a lot of those, and Hamilton's always been a wrestling community. They've always had a lot of companies with CPW. Now you got Pro Wrestling Ontario. They used to have Steel City and Fringe. Um, so and that's one of the wonderful things about Hamilton is you have those like developmental like indies wrestling in general is where you develop your craft, but there's almost like levels to the indies, um, and having people that like really want to like put on like courage, or Pro Wrestling Ontario or whatever is encouraging to me. So yeah, and anytime they want to book me, and I'm free, I'm there.
So, for people who don't know, you just became the PWO Internet Champion,
That's right, my only belt right now.
and it was under a bit of controversy, as one does. Who do
Yeah.
you plan on defending the belt against once shows come back?
Yeah, I don't know who the first person is. I don't know even how long the shows are coming back. Honestly, if the shows stay off long enough, I might give Wade his rematch if he's able to rehab that groin up.
Mhm.
Um, we had like man, I was sad that happened to Wade. For those that don't know, I'm wrestling Wade Buswell. That's what he wrestled as, Buswell.
Uh, Wade Allen, yeah,
Wade Allen. That's it. Is that where am I getting Buswell? Is that like a shoot name?
that's his shoot name, yeah.
That's his shoot name. Sorry, buddy. So I'm wrestling Wade Allen. Um, and we have some fucking match. We got like superplexes and dives and falsies and like don't ask. We were going in. And the poor fucking guy, he hits the ropes and he never told me about his previous groin injury. And it wouldn't have made a difference if he did anyways. But he had this groin injury. He hits the ropes. He's a big frame guy. Bam! He fucking tears it. And what was supposed to happen in the match was because he drops the elbow, one kick out. It was he's supposed to get up and go for a lariat, and I was gonna powder out of the ring. But he was hurt so bad he couldn't get up to go for the lariat.
Mhm.
So then you talk to the ref. You're like, tell Kobe just come in, take the lariat. And I said, buddy, if you can't even feed for a lariat for me to get out of the ring, how are you gonna throw it for real? So then, and I tried not to take the belt. I was gonna let him kind of do it, but they said, no, man, you're the champ. If he can't continue, you're it. We need a champ. So I'm gonna defend it with honor. It's their internet championship, is it? It's nice. It looks like a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I like it when people have like it's a nice real belt and something like that. And that fucking venue, that was where was it? That was at Courage. That's
that,
Pro
that,
Wrestling Ontario.
PWO, yeah.
That's PWO. I was gonna
and
say
that was in
that
Brooklyn.
venue the PWO had was that was such an indie wrestling venue. I liked that. I I hope that I can get back. Another place that I wrestled at was man in Coburg. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, they had a nice venue too, and they were running some nice shows with yeah. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Who your next challenger for your belt's going to be?
Oh, that's right. So I said hopefully Wade. If it's not Wade, I'll give you the list. I think um if I'm booking that show, I'm thinking about who was on the show. I think you got Jeff Black. I think you got Tomer Shalom. I think you got Eric Kearney. I think you got Evan Greenaway. You got Matt Grant.
Mm-hmm.
You could do Young Love. You could do uh, Charles Black Wolf. Am I at 7 or 8? I'm fucking losing count. You could do. What about Justin Graves? He's still wrestling. You could definitely do Aiden Rain. Aiden Rain would be a good one. Or you could do Safety Travis. There it is. I just named
Oh,
10. That's 10.
well,
And not 10 established. Some of them are established and older. Some of them are young up and comers. And that's really what it's about. And what I noticed when I was coming up, when I was just like first getting on shows, they put you on the pre-show or whatever.
mm-hmm.
Promoters have a habit of doing this, and I understand because you fall into the habit of like, what matches do I want to see? What
Mm-hmm.
match do I want to see? You don't think so much about who's gonna click and who can learn from somebody. Where's the lessons here?
Mm-hmm.
Where do they, so I would find I would wrestle the same guys over and over again on all these different shows just because we were about the same level of experience.
Mm-hmm.
But there's really something to be said about taking, somebody who's at like a Alessandro Del Bruno level, and you put him against like a newer up and coming guy, or you get it. That's yeah.
Do you think we could ever see Kobe Durst versus Heidi Lovelace one last time?
Oh, I don't know if you'd ever see Kobe Durst versus Heidi Lovelace. You might see him versus Ruby Soho,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, that's one connection that I never dropped. Well, like she let me stay at her house when I didn't have a place to stay at, and we were doing a show out in Indiana way.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
yeah, um, and with just she deserves all the success that she's getting. What a talent! What a talent! And I could only hope to get half the success.
Oh yeah, like the matches that you two put on just so good.
Right. She's just yeah, and especially you know in like you could not a man's sport, but like it's a rough fucking sport, especially for a lady. It's like comparative to like anything. It's hard for women, and for her to come out and be a badass and take on the guys and like yeah, fuck you guys. I am just as good. That's cool.
Hmm. So we're gonna end this off with
Mhm.
my trademark question. If you were to create an Armageddon Hell in a Cell match using only local talent, who would you put in?
Okay, Armageddon Hell in a Cell. That's 6, right? Yeah, because that was my number one. That's the number one go to when you buy a new video game.
Yep.
You want to test it out. You got Armageddon, Hell in a Cell, and you fuck that place up. That's how you. That was always my like go to, or like a Money in the Bank match.
Hmm.
That's your first one on a video game. Okay, Ontario wrestlers.
Yep.
Okay, all right. So with me, right, or not with me? I'm
If
booking it.
if you want to be in it, you can.
You know what? I'm gonna take myself because Then I'm only giving you five. I'm gonna take myself out of it, and I'm gonna book it right here. Okay.
Cool.
Nah, I'm gonna book it. Okay. It's gonna take me a second or two. Not signed, right? Like Josh and Ethan are out. Josh, Ethan, Mike Bailey's out.
Yep.
Okay. So that means we're gonna do. Hmm. To do it intergender or not to do it intergender, really? That's the question. Do you think is Lou Fisto or would we could say she's Quebec because it's Canadian, right? Yeah.
Let's just
Okay.
Canadian talent.
Canadian talent.
Yeah.
So I could put Lou Fisto in.
Yeah.
All right. So she's gonna be number one. We'll put her in.
Nice.
Boom. That's big. Okay. And number two, I'm gonna say let's throw Del Bruno in. I love Del Bruno. That's a good. Okay. Now we're rocking and rolling. Now we got some wrestlers. Number three, I want to put in, and anybody on the injury, I'm thinking injuries, I'm thinking everything. So I'm taking it all into consideration here. We're gonna go with guys I've wrestled. Armageddon, Hell in a Cell. Oh, we need a big base. I'm gonna put John Greed in.
Nice.
John Greed, that's a guy. Yep. Throw him in. And then you need someone. Mm, let's go. You know what? Destiny's really been into him. He just took his mask off. What's his new name? El Reverso.
Dan Pisano, I think is what his name is.
Dan Pisano. That's
Yeah.
it. Boom. Let's throw him in there. Because sometimes yeah, and he's been at it for a long time, eh?
Oh yeah.
So, boom. Let's throw him in. You know, it would be a big surprise, but I don't even know if you could use her because she's living in the UK right now. But I'm gonna try. Could you put Silesia in?
Yeah.
Do you think? Yeah, let's put Silesia in. We got two girls in. We're gonna go with four guys. That's a nice Silesia and Lufisto. And then lastly, I'm gonna put in. You need a body guy. You need like someone who's fucking like. But they can't with the. I want to put in. I think it's Justin Sane. I think you got to put Justin Sane in there, right? Now you got. So who do we got? We got Lou Fisto, Alessandro Del Bruno,
Dan
Dan
Pisano.
Pisano, Sleazy Sparks, Justin Sane, and John Greed.
Yep. Sounds good.
That's a pretty good match, eh? That's something.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, and that's a real answer. That's like I thought about it. Of course, I could give you six more like Armageddon Hell in a Cells using just Ontario talent, using like six different wrestlers each time. And it'd be crazy. I could do one more for you. You ready? Here's one more.
Sure.
All right. Let's go. Let's throw Big Ben Ortmans.
I like it already.
Right, Big Ben. Let's put in let's go Thomas Dubois.
Oh
You
no.
know? Yeah, throw him in there. He's big like Ben. Throw in Albright. Albright's in there. Let's do one of the No Ring North guys. Let's put in fucking fuck it. Let's go Warhead. Get him in
Oh,
there. Yeah, he's in retirement. Yeah, Warhead or even just someone representing No Ring North. I'd say Warhead. You choose if he didn't want to do it, but I think he'd do it.
he'd be all
Throw
for
in, yeah, you go. Go. Let's go with Fuerza. Throw Fuerza in there. Since we're doing half a tag teams, throw next half. Or no, who else? Fuerza. They're good to go. I got one more. We could go with. Let's go Evan Greenaway.
Oh,
That's a
nice.
good one. Yeah. So Ben, Dubois, Albright, Fuerza, Evan Greenaway, and who's the other one I said? I said, oh, no, I said, where is it? I said, Dubois, Albright. Ah, whoever it is can get insulted that I forgot.
Warhead.
Warhead, that was it. Someone representing Death Proof. Probably Warhead, or No Ring, I guess. No Ring North.
So where can
There it
people
is.
find you?
Yeah, man, I could play this game all day. I am gonna play this game all day now. So, hey,
So where can
everybody, thanks.
find you, Mr. Durst? Where can people find you?
At Kobe Durst everywhere. At Kobe Durst. I got it. I got it first. No
So
other Kobe Durst came in and made me be like Kobe Durst 2. So that's it. Follow me, Instagram and Twitter. And hopefully a lot more stuff's coming out. Look out for that documentary, honestly, because it's pretty much done. We've been working on it since the summer. It was supposed to come out before Christmas, but the wait's worth it. And the person working on it, Luke, has been absolutely wonderful. And again, shout out to Suplex for funding it really. And 2022 might not be it, but I think 2023 is going to be the year of the Diamond Tiger.
I agree. So I'm gonna play you out the way that I see fit.
Is
So
it Clay?
everybody in the chat, I will need you guys' help with this one.
Kobe Durst, Diamond Tiger. He gonna find you and take you out. Yeah,
You don't want none.
I had to.
That's the best. Kobe Durst.
And thank you for smoking weed with me the one time at CWF, I believe.
Hey, buddy. I always love smoking with you after the shows. You know that. So
What?
thank you so much. And because you always have you always have something nice, like a real cigarette looking one, or like a new. You always got different stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
So
Well, Kobe, it's been quite fun, and I will see
yep.
you guys in the
Thanks
next.
for joining, everybody. Great seeing you, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
Take care, Kobe. And that was Kobe Durst. I will see you guys in the next interview, and I am going to save it, and we'll give it a name.